Harass my 18-year-old sister, prepare to lose your job. My little sister Emma just turned 18 and was heading to her first ever career fair. She was so excited, like bouncing off the walls, excited. She'd printed out 30 copies of her resume, bought a new blazer, and spent hours researching companies she wanted to talk to. I'm 8 years older than her, and I gave her all this advice about how to shake hands and make eye contact and ask good questions. She was gonna absolutely crush it. Emma is one of those people who lights up a room, confident, funny, not afraid of anything. Meanwhile, I'm the awkward older sibling who still gets nervous ordering pizza on the phone. She drove 3 hours south for this conference. It was at some big hotel with a career fair in the ballroom, all these companies with their fancy booths and free pens. The day after the fair, my phone rings at like 9 in the morning. It's Emma, and I can tell immediately something is wrong. Her voice is all shaky, and she sounds like she's been crying. She tells me about this one company booth she went to. This older guy, probably in his 60s, looked at her resume and got super interested. He pulled her aside away from the booth to talk privately. Already weird, but she figured maybe that's just how networking works. Then he asked which hotel she was staying at. Emma got nervous, but told him because she didn't want to seem rude. That's when he said he should take her to dinner that evening, just the two of them. While he's saying this, he reached out and touched her hair, like actually stroked a piece of her hair with his fingers. Emma froze up completely. She mumbled something about needing to check other booths and basically ran away. But here's where it gets worse. That night, this creep texted her. He had her phone number from her resume. The text said he was in front of her hotel and asking what room she was in. Emma was terrified. She didn't respond and stayed in her room with the door locked. She told me she was scared to even go to breakfast the next morning in case he was waiting in the lobby. Then she said something that broke my heart. She asked me how she's supposed to know if companies actually want to hire her or if they're just going to be creepy. She said she didn't want to hand out her resume anymore because what if more guys like him get her number? I saw red, like actual red. This piece of trash just ruined my sister's first career fair. She's 18 years old, barely started college, and now she's terrified of networking because some old creep decided to hit on her. I told Emma I would handle it and hung up. Then I called my boss and said I needed the morning off for a family emergency. First thing I did was look this guy up on LinkedIn. He had like 30 years of experience at this company. His profile said he was recently retired but still helped with recruitment, so they literally sent their creepy retired employee to hit on college girls at career fairs. Perfect. I called my own company's HR department and asked what would happen if one of our employees did something like this. She told me exactly what to do. I wrote the most detailed email of my life to this guy's company. I included his name, the conference location, the date, everything Emma told me. I explained how he touched her hair, asked about her hotel, showed up at her hotel, texted her from her resume. I left my name and phone number and said I was happy to provide more details. 2 hours later, I get a call from their HR director. This woman sounds absolutely horrified. She's apologizing over and over and promising they're investigating immediately. She tells me this guy was retired, but they kept him on as a recruitment consultant. Then she says something interesting. She goes, "We've had concerns about his judgment before." That told me everything I needed to know. This wasn't his first time being a creep. They just never did anything about it until someone actually reported him. By 2 p.m. that same day, I got another email. The guy had been completely let go, not just from recruitment, fully terminated from any connection to the company. They thanked me for reporting it and apologized to Emma. The speed of that firing made it so obvious this dude had done this before. They probably had a file on him already. My report was just the final push they needed to actually do something. I called Emma immediately. She answered, and I just said, "He's gone, fired, completely done." Emma was silent for like 5 seconds, and then she screamed, happy screaming. She couldn't believe it actually worked. I told her that what he did was not normal and not okay, and that most people at career fairs are actually professional. We talked for another hour about networking and how to spot red flags. I told her being pulled aside can be a good thing, but touching someone's hair and asking about their hotel room is never part of professional networking. 6 years later, Emma has her bachelor's degree and her master's degree. She's done internships at amazing companies. She's got this incredible job at a startup she loves, and she never let that creep take away her confidence. Me, I'm still awkward and hate confrontation, but if you mess with my little sister, I will burn your